Hello, hello, welcome on into another episode of the Whiskey Crusaders. I'm Will.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Matt.
Today we're going to be discussing George T Stagg and his amazing bourbons. We have the regular George T Stagg, but we also have the Stagg Jr, which we're going to be trying first.
So, George T Stagg. He's a god as far as I'm concerned in whiskey. He's the father of the Gilded Age in bourbon. He's a Civil War hero. He got himself eventually, he enlisted in the Union Army because I guess Kentucky was a divided state at the time. He was highly against slavery as a very religious man. And he decided that eventually, he eventually became a commissioned captain in the field, worked for General Ambrose Burnside eventually. And then after the war, he became a very successful salesman and merchant of distilled spirits in St. Louis. Well, eventually he went into business with a guy named E.H. Taylor. Well, E.H. Taylor ended up owing him a ton of money because apparently the economy really went down in the 1870s, and so he decided to sell to George T. Stagg. And at the time, he decided to keep the name on it, so E.H. Taylor, so for about 6 years hung out, and after that he kind of kicked E.H. Taylor to the curb because he couldn't get his crap together. So, different story, but whatever. He makes amazing whiskey. Well, so basically he's responsible for some of the most amazing whiskey, one of the most successful distilleries in the country. Eventually, he bore his name in 1904. Unfortunately, he died prior to this in 1893, but all the other names of the other owners on this kept the name George T. Stagg up until 1999, it became Buffalo Trace. So if you want to know the history of it, you can go back to that video. But yeah, he was an amazing guy, and he was really just an amazing business acumen and just... Alright, so let's go into George Stagg Jr. Because Stagg Jr. is a little bit more available. It's 9 years old. It is 129.5 proof, and it is also uncut, unfiltered. All the beautiful things are all not done. It's just pour this bad boy out of the barrel and drink it. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
It is alive.
Yeah.
This is most definitely my wheelhouse.
Yeah, this is your high proof whore land. This is it. It's like a whorehouse for whiskey here.
Hashtag high proof whore.
Everything comes shooting out of the glass. This is what they're basically saying. The alcohol vapors expand very, very fast, and you get a lot of sharp alcohol notes on the nose.
Oh, yeah.
I tend to try to blow into the glass.
Yeah, that's definitely
in order to get the flavors out.
The way to get past that high proof burn, because it's there.
High vanilla, oak, and cherry. I mean, that's the initial thing.
Mm-hmm.
Cherry,
cinnamon, nutmeg,
chocolate.
Yeah, definitely
chocolate,
warm leather, cinnamon, nutmeg, orange chocolate,
dusty barn.
Yeah, some
I
cloves,
get the orange down in there. Yeah.
Tobacco. Oh, it's so rich.
Clove.
Yeah, so much tobacco wrapper too. Just it smells beautiful. Oh, and that alcohol burn just definitely jumps out of the glass at you.
Each time. Like, you have to clear the glass pretty
every
constantly.
single time. Yeah, it's just there. There's no way around it. And definitely, if you are new to whiskey,
this is not a good place to start.
not a good place to start. But if you do like a high proof whiskey, this is definitely for you.
Yeah, and this is mash bill 1, so this is the 10% or less rye as well.
High wheat mash bill.
Oh, no wheat, just rye.
No wheat.
No wheat.
Interesting.
Yeah,
this is just corn, rye,
and barley.
Malted
barley, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It smells sweeter than that.
It does, but it smells beautiful.
No, what's wrong with you two? I've moved on to taste. It is glorious. It, yes, has that high proof kick. And if you're not used to it, again, just keep that in mind. It is there. See?
Wow.
Matt's not a high proof whore.
Lush
so
dark chocolate. It's
makes
so delicious.
Dark chocolate, cherry, it's got orange on there. Your normal baking spices, but this is...
Toffee and oak. Vanillas, tobacco. It's got lots of berries.
Lots of berries.
Fig and cherry, raspberry, clove.
Yeah, berries.
Mm-hmm.
It's creamy and rich. It's so thick.
He says creamy. This is spiky across my palate. I don't know that I could go with creamy.
I like the high proof stuff.
I can get where he comes from the creamy, and I can get where you come from the spiky. For me, it's a happy mixture of both. where across the palate it's nice and creamy, but the finish is still happening. And there's that spiky. The finish is still going on. And it's all right in here, and it's just kind of growing up and coming from the bottom up and giving you a whole nother experience of the whiskey.
Oh,
in my opinion.
So good. Oh, I can't say enough good things. It's $50.
If you can find it.
You can find it.
Yeah.
It's hard, both these are very hard to find.
It's definitely worth it if you can find it. Pick it up.
Especially at retail cost.
Yeah.
You will not be sorry. As long as you like high-proof whiskey, you do have to like that. I think
You throwing water in it?
Hurt you.
How's the water do?
The water tamps down the spike, and it makes the flavor journey across your palate a lot more cohesive and round.
Okay.
I really feel like this would very, very easily stand up to a big cube.
Yeah.
Oh,
most
for sure.
definitely.
You're going to still taste Stagg for a good half of that cube melting.
Yeah.
It is really big and unctuous.
This is one of the
love
ones that
this.
I'm going to taste this tomorrow.
I'm pretty confident you'll wake up with this in your mouth in the morning.
Yeah.
And be happy about it.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely happy.
Yeah. But the water doesn't
Oh,
destroy
so
it. It
good.
doesn't ruin anything. The flavor journey stays pretty consistent and round. There might be some oil separation, but the finish was so ridiculously long to begin with. It's really hard to say.
Yeah. This is good stuff. Really good stuff.
Definitely.
Ready to move on to the
Oh.
big boy? Big boy?
So this is Daddy.
Daddy.
This is George T Stagg, part of the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection.
129.2.
Yeah, so it's actually a slightly lower
Slightly lower.
than the Stagg Jr. this year. This is a 2017. It's 15 years, 3 months. 129.2. They use their corn, Minnesota rye, North Dakota malted barley, char 4, and it's a 54% angel share on it, which is pretty high.
Ooh.
It's non-chill filtered, uncut, Kentucky limestone water. It's hand bottled, hand labeled. They put tissue paper, in fact, around it when it comes in the box, which is really cool. So they don't dilute your label. Just makes it very nice in the box.
The boxes are a 3-pack box.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true too.
it's really neat.
Mash. Yeah, same thing. It's obviously
Order a
mash
case
bill
for
1. MSRP is $100. Totally worth it. I've seen these things $500, $600, $700. Wouldn't pay that much, but a couple $100 maybe still okay. I'd rather pay retail, obviously $100. Oh, beautiful.
54% angel share.
Yeah, that's great. That's one reason it's so high in price.
Huge.
It is huge.
The
but
darn angels.
These some thirsty bitches.
They're greedy. Right off the bat on this, on the nose, the proof, it's just not as kicky in the face on the nose as the Junior.
It's not.
And it's only, 0.3 difference?
Yeah, it's almost,
proof?
not even, yeah.
And that is just, to me, that boggles
0.3.
my mind, how it should kick you in the face just as much as the
But it
Junior
really
does,
doesn't.
but it
It's
doesn't.
just those extra 6 years on it make a huge
Yeah.
difference in the world. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's got your vanilla oak and cherry.
Of course.
Of course, it's bourbon.
Caramels and vanillas for
Brown
days.
Yeah.
sugar and orange and chocolate.
Yeah, orange
Baking
chocolate's big
spices.
time.
It has similar nose to the Junior, but the age is just makes it so much, like we said, it's the daddy.
Yeah.
It's more grown up. It's not as punchy in the face, but it's very similar.
Definitely so. I would say, and I've had a bunch of different Stagg Juniors, and then compared. This is probably one of the closest I've had
To
each other.
each other.
Yeah. So like I
This
said,
is just glorious on the nose.
cinnamon, warm leather, lots of tobacco again, but yeah, your orange chocolates just stand out. It's just such a complex. It really smells like you took like an old wallet and smelled an old leather wallet that had been used for years. It's very similar to that smell of money that's been in it.
Yeah,
So that's kind of one of the
I
things
can
that
totally
draws
get
to
where you're
it.
getting for that.
That dirty paper money.
That is so good. How have I not tasted this yet?
I just did. It is freaking glorious. It is not as big. It is not as punch you in the face as the Stagg Jr. can be.
Yeah.
It is round and cohesive.
Yeah,
which
it's
is
not
really,
spiky at all.
Really strange for 120. Like
Yeah.
that's
You don't know
that's
it.
nuts.
And there's the finish. It's hitting. It doesn't hit instantly for me.
It
It
grows and it
grows,
slows from the inside
yes.
out. This is incredible.
It's a lush, dark chocolate.
mm-hmm.
Toffee and your oak and vanilla. It's just everything's just like. your tobacco and your berries, and it's creamy and rich.
I get the ashy, I get the tobacco.
Oh, it's so good.
I get the chocolate, I get the cherry and the orange. The roundness of this is, if you can find this over this, definitely it's worth.
It's worth double the price.
It's worth double the price if you can find it at MSRP.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. It is just a well-rounded whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it's still growing.
Still changing, still becoming something
Finish
more.
is just incredible. William's gonna put some water in it. Always taking one for the team.
Gotta find out.
Gotta find out. What do we got?
Whoa.
Yeah?
Whoa. That separated everything.
Is that good or bad?
Really?
Both? So the journey is not cohesive. It's not round. It is not. It split everything into fragmented sections.
So spiky.
And yet remained amazingly lovely. That's really interesting. All of the different flavor components are all still there, but like they're individual kind of spiky notes. It's more of a punch in the face with the drop of water than it was at all without. But it's still really, really good. Wow. It's interesting. That's the first time I've ever had the round ball separate like that, but actually still somehow remain really, really delicious somehow over the journey anyway.
Interesting.
It just is ridiculously good.
Interesting.
Really, really hard to explain, but that's good.
Is it easier to pick individual notes out of it after the water?
I feel like it is.
It's
Yeah, because everything
like,
kind of comes at you at the same time, but everything comes at you as its own individual flavor, as opposed to one round flavor coming at you.
Okay.
So I feel like it is easier to pick out the individual note of the oak influence, the individual note of the caramel, the individual note of the cherry. But all of these flavors are coming at you at ridiculous speed, and a very sharp pointed, flavor.
Right.
But it still tastes really good.
Awesome. Good to know.
Yeah.
Both. Very good whiskeys.
Interesting.
If you see them and they are not ridiculously overpriced, pick it up. You won't be disappointed.
Yeah.
These are probably the best two whiskeys we tried today.
Yeah, this has definitely made my day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I like them both a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think these are definitely two-fisters because you can't go wrong with these two.
I'm always down for two-fisters.
Absolutely. These are just glorious whiskeys, and make more of this stuff, Buffalo Trace. That's your job.
And share more of it.
And share more.
And keep on crusading for better whiskey in your glass.
Cheers.
Cheers.